What's up guys, today we're going to check out a driver fitting that I went to recently. This was a free fitting event put on by Callaway in promotion of their new Paradym series equipment. I did a video similar to this last year with the TaylorMade Stealth, except last year the driver that I was using was about a decade old. This year I'm using something a little bit newer. It's the TaylorMade Sim 2 Max D. It's a couple years old, so we'll put it up against the new Paradym and we'll see how it does. I'll link that older video at the end of this one so you can check it out if you want to. First thing we're going to do is hit a few balls and get warmed up. We're also going to get some baseline numbers that we could compare against the Paradym when we do start that fitting. If you're in the market for some new equipment, I'm going to link Global Golf below. That's where I get all my stuff. They have the best deals that I could find, so check it out. If you're in the market for some new apparel, I'm going to link PRIMO Golf Apparel. That's the joggers that I'm wearing in this video, so you can check them out. There's also a discount code that you can use to save you 15%. But let's get started with this fitting.
Tell me about the driver. What you thought on the driver? What are you looking to improve? Do you have any issues with that? Or give me a little feedback in terms of kind of what your objective is here today and what you're trying to do a little better job of.
Okay, so for a driver, I bought this last year. I had like a 10-year-old TaylorMade. This was an upgrade, but I have a hard time with strike position, typically off the heel. Maxing out like 270, but I can also hit it like 220, so I feel like I'm all over the face anyways. I did upgrade to a lower launch shaft just because my spin was really high, so I helped bring it down, but my launch feels kind of low as well at the same time. So
who did that for you?
I went to the Stealth fitting last year. Based on what they gave me, I went and got, yes, here. Based on that, I went and got the prior year's model for like $500 cheaper.
Sure.
But my big focus will probably be with the hybrid slash woods. I'm almost always playing a fade too, so a slice can come into play sometimes.
You're always fade.
Always, yeah. Which I'm okay with. I don't have to draw it, but I do prefer not to slice it.
So you've been through this before, so you're fairly familiar in terms of what we're doing here. The ball speed's really good. Your launch angle is really good. So from a Callaway standpoint, I'm looking for between 10 and 14,
sure,
generally. Cool. Okay. Your spin is high.
Yeah.
So this Callaway system does it differently. So if you went into like a TrackMan fitting, it's just going to give you one spin. So what this situation does here is it gives us a backspin number and a side spin number.
Sure.
So if we were on just a regular type of launch monitor situation, that would be like 5,400.
Oh, okay.
Because it's adding this to this. All right. So that's what's going to cause that hook. That's what's going to cause that slice.
Yeah.
And then your numbers here are your numbers here. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just going to kind of go through it and see what happens here a little bit. I'm just going to start you, because you're coming from a Max D and you're saying you're fighting a bit of a fade.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the draw model of the Paradym. So there's no movable weights with the draw. There's just a ton of weight in the heel. And I have it set on the draw on the cog. So we'll start full draw. We'll get an idea as to kind of what's going on here.
So if I fight it too hard, I will get a big hook
Correct.
as well.
Correct. So the important thing here is we just want you to swing your swing.
Sure.
So let the club kind of do what it's designed to do, and don't kind of fight it. Let's just see what happens with
That would be a good distance. Right?
That's a really good miss, right?
Yeah, it's a good distance.
It's a good miss. So you see the heel strike, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's going to cause that heel strike.
Okay.
So good ball speed.
Yeah.
All right. So ball speed for ball speed so far is pretty equal. But but other things are changing around us, just with one swing. But launch is still good. It's what we want it to be. Look at this now.
Yeah, that's nice.
And that's why it's a really good miss. So you just decreased your spin on one swing by 1400 RPMs. Okay, and lessen the side spin a little bit, so that now our carry, now our total is back up to where it is.
Okay.
So this game here for me, dealing with amateurs, is all about your misses.
Yeah.
So, for example, I use this as an example all the time. You go out and you swing this thing 14 times, you hit 12 fairways, which is an unbelievable amount of fairways to hit. And of those 12 fairways you hit, or of those 14 swings you took with your driver, you may hit it on the center of the face and flush it twice. Maybe.
That's
right?
a good round.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So for us here, it's all about your miss. Like,
Yeah.
how good is your miss?
That's actually closer to the middle than normal with that one.
Yeah. So you're on with that first swing, you're on the first cut, right?
Yep.
You're not in the fairway probably, but you're on the first cut.
Hey, one.
Heel.
Looks like it's a touch closer to the middle.
No little heel, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not better, right? Better. 34 yards offline now.
Those are consistent. Spin.
Little high. Little touch high, although, the touch high is coming from the side spin.
Yeah.
The back spin we're kind of looking at anywhere between, 2,000 and 3,000 RPM, so you're not far off there, okay? So my feeling is that full draw model with the full draw on the hosel,
Yeah.
looking like it's probably the way to go.
Okay.
Right, you need that help.
And as far as this one goes, is it a bigger face than your normal mats? More forgiveness, okay.
All of that.
So the typical.
All of that. The only thing I'm really changing is you have that same shaft in your driver, right?
10 grams lighter.
Yeah, so I'm going 10 grams heavy. Only because when I watch you swing, I don't want to call it a violent swing, but you're going after it.
Oh yeah.
You're going after
If I'm gonna go for it.
Correct, you're going after it. So that 10 grams is gonna help a little bit with stability.
Okay.
It's gonna help you keep it on plane a little bit. It's a little heavier than most.
It doesn't feel like that much heavier.
No.
It feels more solid almost.
Generally, that's coming from the head. All of that feeling is coming from the head. But generally, the amateur's not going to start to feel that shaft difference until it's like 20 grams.
Okay.
All right, really quick, guys. If you're enjoying the video so far, if you're getting anything useful out of it, please hit that like button. It helps me out a ton. It just lets YouTube know that there's something useful in this video, and they share it with more people. So if you do that, I really appreciate it. If you want to, you can also subscribe to the channel. I make videos for high and mid handicaps because that's what I am. But let's get back to the video. We're about to do a shaft change and get some really good information about shafts during a fitting, so let's get to it.
Could we move strike position by changing out shaft or maybe positions down here?
Absolutely not. It's 100% swing related.
Okay.
100%. The only thing you could try is to potentially, choke down on that thing about an inch and see if strike position changes for you at all.
I think that would jack me up even worse. I'm gonna try and just touch. I'm gonna try and hit off the toe a little bit.
Generally the quickest swing change that you can make in terms of that, if you're striking it on the toe, you set it up on the heel. If you're striking it on the heel, you set it up on the toe. It's really simple change to see if you can make, see what it does for you. So I'm not against that one bit.
Yeah. It says if I go too extreme, that's when I get real messed up.
No, extreme is not a good word to kind of focus on. Just set it up a little bit more outside on the toe and see if that helps you kind of bring it in. I mean, it was offline 7 yards, pretty good. based on what you came to me with,
Yep.
and based on what I've seen, to go to another, like the regular paradigm or the triple diamond paradigm,
Yeah.
is moving away from what I think that you need to be in, which is that full draw
Okay.
setup,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So the other one, the regular paradigm is not gonna be as draw bias. That's the most draw bias one. And then the triple diamond is gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
Right? So, no, based on what I'm seeing on numbers and based on the feedback that we're talking about, I really wouldn't stray away from the draw.
Okay.
This is
It's bad.
This is not bad stuff.
Yeah, it's
right
like-
here, okay? And based on the spin rates that we're getting, the 10.5 is pretty good. The only change that I would make to see if we can potentially get that a tad lower would not be shaft,
Okay.
okay? It would be loft of the driver head.
So we're dialing the loft down. Is
Down
that going to affect the face?
It'll affect the face for Xander Shoffley, but not for you. It is so minimal.
See, I thought that had a bigger effect.
The reality is that switch that I made in terms of face angle is so minimal, you won't even notice it.
Okay, that's good. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's two
Smush that one, huh?
center.
Smush that one. So let's check the spin rate. The spin rate should drop because you've got center contact now. So anything that's close to the center is going to drop the spin.
Size wouldn't
Yeah, a little bit. Pretty similar.
Yeah.
Launch a little bit lower, but that's just one strike. Go ahead, hit another one.
One more.
I'm looking for the prime numbers of that spin between 2,000 and 3,000 RPMs, and I'm looking at that prime launch number to be between 10 and 14.
Like in the backswing, it almost felt like it was behind me.
Pretty darn similar.
Yeah. And not as comfortable. Like wet noodle feel.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you it is?
Yeah.
It's
Feel.
all feel, right? You see any real performance difference there?
Nah.
No. So if you want to see performance difference, I could put you in a shaft that absolutely doesn't fit you, and then put you in a 180 degrees the opposite way that doesn't fit you, right? And then I can show you performance difference. So I give you a 40 gram like shaft that's a different flex than, and then I put you in an extra stiff. Yeah, you're gonna see performance difference. But when we stay in your class, which is a 60 to a 70 gram stiff, okay? You're not going to see performance difference. You're not. I'll put you in a 40 gram light and a 70 gram extra stiff, and you'll see a performance difference.
Yeah.
But they're not in your class.
Yeah.
So your class is 60 to 70 grams stiff, right?
Yeah.
No performance difference in those. All feel.
Yeah. Okay.
All feel. Because Fujikuras are going to be different than True Tempers, they're going to be different than USTs, there's going to be different than Mitsubishis, all got different feel, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to see a performance difference if I stay in class. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that there's going to be a feel difference.
Yeah. Definitely.
That one is definitely going to feel softer and a little bit whippier.
Yeah. Definitely did. That threw me
100%.
off.
But to think it's gonna throw off the launch and spin, not happening.
Okay.
Hit another one.
Yeah.
So the Paradym was a pretty good driver. I did not end up getting it because I didn't feel like it was that much of an upgrade from what I was currently using. I do, however, need to go get some lessons for my driver, so I'll be doing that soon. I hope this video was useful to you. I hope you got something out of it. I really appreciate you checking it out. And as always, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.